Yes, it's recording. Okay. So these functions are information functions, right? Functions. And basically what they do is we use them to ask questions, right? And get um they're used to ask questions which evaluates to a logical result, right? So we use them to ask questions basically, and these questions will evaluate to a logical result like true and false, right? So take for example, let's say that we have data like 23, right? Let's say we have this kind of data set, right? Let's say we have this kind of data set, right? So we have this kind of data set, right? So we want to know, right, which, now let me show you the is function. So if you say equals to is, right, these are all of them, right? So these are all of them. So you say is blank, is error, is even, is formula, is logical, is NA, is non-text, is number, is odd, is weak number, is ref, is PMT, is text. So we have a whole lot of them, right? We have a whole lot of them, right? So basically, if we say is number, right, and you select this value, right? So it tells you that yes, it is true, it is a number of value, right? If we bring this down, right, you say it's true for three, it's true for four, but for five, for text, Kayemi Shadi, this is what it is false, right? If we go down again, you see it to tell us that it is false. Are you following me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Right. So we can also say is text, right? If we try the is text function, right? We say equals to is text, right? And we pick this value, right? It tells us that it is false, right? So you see that only this value is is true for that.
What did okay, reject the true and false one, they didn't agree.
They
That's
are
it.
no, they look like text. They look like text, but they are not text. So let's check, right? Is logical,
Yep.
right? They are actually logical values. So if we pick on this, we'll close the bracket, right?
Mhm.
Can you see? They are those they are the only true and I mean logical values in that list. Are you following me? So basically, right, there's a whole lot of you want to check if a value is
I was going to ask you if that thing is capital, does it is it? I mean, if it was small letter true or false, would it still change?
okay. So if it's more letter true,
And false.
right, and false, then it will be text, right? Is text? Let's check. Is text true? Is
Mm-hmm.
logical false? Can you see?
Yeah.
Mhm. So we say is odd, right? We say is odd, right? We use this for numbers, right? So you say it's a odd number. That's true. 23 is an odd number, right? Now, can you see? So
Mm-hmm.
24, 23 is also an odd number. Then 4 is not an odd number. Then for the values that are not numbers, can you see that it gave us what? It gave us errors. So if we check, let's check is even, right? So if we say is even, right? I will choose this value, post that, right? So it tells us that this is false. Of course, because it is true here, it will be false here, right? Then we go down, right? 3 is also not an even number, as false, but 4 is an even number, which is true, right? If we cascade down, it is also give us error, right? So if we check again and say is error slash is error, right? We use both of them, right? So equals to is error. So it's check whether the value is an error, right? Or an any. Checks whether a value is an error. So both of them are the same thing, right? So we use is error, right? If we choose this value now, is it an error? It says false, right? If we bring this down now, false. But if we check this guy, it's an error. This value is an error. Are you following me? So
So
all these values are error. These ones are not error. This is an error.
I was isn't it look it's looking at the it should be looking at the data, right? Well, it seems like it's looking at the value. This
Hmm? What do you say? You know that the value that I supplied there is I5. I supplied this value, I5. I didn't check these values now.
okay,
I supplied to this value, D5. So it's telling us that I8 is an error.
okay, okay, that makes
Right. Then lastly, we can say is blank, right? So we say is blank and we say equals to is blank, right? And we choose this value, or no, let's choose this value. We close that, right? So it says that value is not right, but this value, these two values are blank. Can you see?
yes.
Exactly. So these are the is functions, right? You can basically so you can say something like right. So you can say I can say if equals to if into bracket blank, right? If into bracket is blank, right? Skip or don't do anything, then say fix, right?
Let me see that for if is blank, you put bracket E5. You're saying that if if is blank equals E5.
If if is I mean check if what is inside this guy is blank, right? If it is blank, then return this. Else return this. Why is it bringing out? Hold on.
Okay, so if is blank E5.
Hold on. Let me rewrite this statement.
Mm,
If blank, right? Do what? Don't fix and fix.
so if is blank. So and that statement you're basically saying if is blank.
Yes. And why is it doing? It's doing the opposite of what I wanted to do. Oh, sorry, hold on. True value. True value. Sorry, I was on a don't fix false value. Right. So for is blank is false. Then it says, hold on. Mm-mm. Can you hear
Hello.
me? Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, something happened. I don't know.
That's all right.
Recording was it recording when I was still there?
What is it?
Was it still on when I?
See the recording?
I think it's recording. I think it's recording. I
Yes, it's
think so.
recording. It's recording. Yeah. All right. So I'm trying to. Okay, I'm tired. Right.
Yeah.
Um. So we're saying that false value. uh, Why is it saying false? Hold on. This solve it. So we say if is blank, false, don't fix. Okay, yes, correct now.
Okay.
Right? Yes, so we're saying that it will check. Remember that what we did here is blank is E5 blank. E5 is this value, right? We say is it blank? So it says false, right? Then for these two, right, that is blank. Let me just print them. Then it says what they are true, right? So we're now saying that we're now using that, checking this statement in a true, I mean, in a if statement to say if I is blank, if E5 is blank, right? If it is true, then fix. If not, don't fix. So if you look at it,
You know,
hmm?
this confuses me a little bit. Hmm?
Yeah,
Because I like usually when you say if it's like if you use the if statements, you have to say equals to something or equals or greater than something. But here it just seems to just put if is blank,
yes, we're
bracket
just
if I.
checking to, of course, we're not using, so our logical statement here is remember that now it does not, logical statement does not necessarily have to be an equals to variable, right? Any situation that can evaluate to true or false, right, is a logical statement, right? Remember that when you say 5 equals to x equals 5, right? What it's going to do is going to say either it is true or false, because that is what will help you evaluate the true or false result that you want to display. But this as well, the is function, right? I told you that what they result to, or they evaluate to a what a logical result. So they will work, right? As they are working presently. It will work in an if statement, because the if statement only expects that the value evaluates to either true or false. Do you understand? So once the criteria, or once the logic test can evaluate to true or false, it is good to go for an if statement.
So what was this statement now? What was the real meaning? Like if
So
is
the
blank.
logic here is we are saying that is E5 blank. This is
Hmm.
this logic statement here is what we did here. This logic here, right, is what we did here.
Yeah.
Undo, sorry. Right, this logic here is what we did here. So we said equals to E5 is blank E5, right? And we said it is false because all of these guys are what? Are false. Except for the yellow what? The yellow ones that we highlighted, which is true, right? We're now putting this logic, right? This logic. Of course, this is the result of the logic, right? So we're now putting that into an if statement. We're now saying that equals to if E5 is what? Is blank. Do what? Don't fix. I mean, if it is blank, that is true. If the evaluates to true, fix it. If it does not evaluate to true, then what? Don't fix. which means that it is false. So all the false value, can you see that the all what don't fix, except for what, for the true value that evaluates to fix.
Okay.
Right.
So
So take for example, let's
another
draw another example. Yeah, what do you
okay,
say?
no, no, okay. I just going to ask, another thing I'm going to ask is if if you if for example you want to use an if statement, right? And you can say something like, oh, if e5 equals no never equals to oh yeah 5 equals I guess you can say that. I guess you can say by that.
You can't say what?
Never
If
now
E5.
equals is blank. I don't think you can use that
No, no,
statement.
no, no, no.
Okay.
No.
But you could use something like if is blank if e5 um no never mind. I think I understand what you mean with this. I think this is difficult. This is very different from the equals to or greater than
Situation.
that we use. It's different. I understand.
Okay, look at this example here now. See, if is number, right, D5, right, do what?
Mm.
Use in calculation. F, right? So what I'm saying here is check these values, right? Check these values, right, to see if it is a number. So we say if is number D5, if it is true, use in calculation. Else, if it is false, what do? Use it in text, right? So can you see? So these first three are numbers, hence they evaluate to what? To true, which is what using calculation. The rest is what? Text, right? Because they are not what? They are not numbers.
I thought the true and false was
Hmm?
okay. I see what you mean. Okay, I was thinking the true and false was logical this thing. So, but I see I get this one. What you're saying is if anything is not a number,
Number.
then the part as text.
Yes.
That's what in that way. I understand.
Awesome. Awesome. So basically, that is what we do with each number. I mean,
Yeah.
is with the is function. So you can see how to use them. We have them in R, we have them in Python, we have them in all sort of programming languages, right? When you use the is family to check and evaluate your variables to see if they're actually the values that you expect them to be or the objects that you expect them to be or not. Right. So sometimes, right, when you have data sheets like this that you are not the one who created them, right, you can easily use these guys to know the type of data type that is stored inside of your what, of your column or your row, right? So if I give you a data set and it's not looking like it's number, but it's not looking like number, so you can use the is number or the is family to check to check for your suspicion if it is number or not, if it is even or not, if it is odd or not, if it is whatever it is.
Mm,
Do you understand?
yeah. So this is what that's what you can use the is function for, basically.
Yes, you can use them for that. You can use them to check for once you are checking if a particular value is text or function or formula or blank or an error, right? That's where it comes in. Once you are checking, once you want to check, once you want to be certain about something, right? In terms of the shape or the object, sorry, the object or the type of data type that is in that object, right? This guys comes into play.
Okay, makes sense. Makes
All
sense.
right.
I think yeah. So you can use an S. You don't use an SQL, I guess.
Hmm?
I don't think you use this in SQL. I don't think so.
Is no, no, no. There's no. There's no logical. There are logical functions in SQL, but the is function is not. I've not seen it in SQL.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So that is that. Right now, let's look at rounding numbers. Rounding numbers. Right.
Yeah.
We want to round numbers like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 4.5678. Right. Let's. All right. So I want to round these numbers to, let's see. Now, these numbers now, you can round up to a decimal place, two decimal place, three decimal place, four decimal places, and so on and so forth, right? Let me show you, right? So we have a function called round, right? Right? We have two functions, three actually. We have the round, we have the round down, and we have the round up. Are you following me?
Yeah.
Right? So we use the round. Round will take the number that you want to round and the number of digits that you want to round to, right? So take, for example, take this number and say round to what? Two decimal places, right? That is two decimal places. So basically, right, what you have at the back of that 70 is useless. So this is two decimal places. Can you see? Right?
Mm.
We can round off again, or round, sorry, same number, what, to three decimal places, right? That's three decimal places.
Mm.
Are you following me? We can round to one decimal places, or to one decimal place, sorry. So you specify the number of decimal place that you want behind the value, right? So that is to one decimal place, right? If I say, okay, let's do it this way, let's round to equals to round figure, and we say comma minus one. What do you think this will do?
Mm. If you're rounding to one decimal, if you're rounding to one decimal place, is like, and I give you 0.6. Mm. Curious to know what
All
is
right,
it?
so if we do this, right, can you see what you did?
Okay, okay, okay. The other side.
So it jumps into the other side, exactly. It jumps into the other side and rounds because four is not up to five, so it turns it to zero, right? Do you understand? So if we change that value now to five,
To one.
see, it rounds it up to one and I add it to three, which becomes what?
That's
Four.
what it
Do you understand?
Mm.
Okay, undo. All right. So we can round it up to round number minus three. Right.
Okay.
So it takes all the zeros and will turn them to all the values and turn them to turn them to zeros. Right. If we change this to 7, right? Can you see? It rounds it up so that it becomes 200. So it goes to the
To
light.
seven.
So yeah,
Let me function it. The question 7 or minus 7, did you?
are you there?
Yeah, I said, did you put 7 or minus 7?
Seven, seven.
Okay. You change that to 7.
Yes.
That's why
I just
you
changed it to
change it.
-3.
But you cannot put like -7. I'm sure it'll give you an error. If you were to do
Well,
like a round -7, it'll give you an error.
yeah, we don't have enough data for that now. We don't have enough, right? If we
Uh,
say, let's say, round -7,
error. Should. Can't see.
right?
Oh, those will be
Just
0.
rounds everything off, of course. Rounds everything off. That's
Hmm.
why you have 0, 0, 0.
Hmm.
Are you following me?
Yeah.
Right. So basically, that is rounding off, right? So if we now say, I mean, that's round. So if we say round down, right? Round down says turns rounds is number down towards what? Towards 0, right? So it's going to turn this value to the closest 0, right? Round down to 2 decimal places. Let's say 1.
Let's see.
And you see, rounds it down. Turns every. Basically, what it's supposed to do is move this closer to what, to 600 or so, but you can see what it did was 678 was what was totally what removed. They were yanked off, right? They basically yank off. That is ranked down,
Round down.
right? That is round down. So you will see round up.
But it gave you. Okay. Let me see what round up will say.
Right? You see, round it up.
This round up and round down is a bit tricky for me. Tricky.
Right? So round up, round down yanks all the values away. Round up is it goes. Round up is in program we call it round up is ceiling. Round down is flooring. Right? So when you say you round down, you're saying that you want the value to go closer to 0, right? That is round down. Round up, you are taking the value higher. If you look at it, what you gave us now is that six. I mean, you have dot 5680, but what we have is dot 5670. You rounded it up to the closest value, which is 78 is closest to 80, right? In this one, right, what it did was that it rounded it up, rounded it down to, so irrespective of 678 being higher value greater than 5, right? It just turned them towards 0 because it's going closer to 0 than away from, I mean, it's going closer to 0. That's because it is what it is round down. Round up is it is round your value up to what, to the nearest possible what, possible value. That is what round down and round off. I mean
But
round.
if you did round down and you just change that 1 to 2 or 3, that's like 2, for example.
Which one?
You know, you okay. Let's try this one. Round down and you put try to 2 decimal 2 places. This let's see 2. Yeah, me 5600. See.
You see what it did was it just removed 7 8 from there.
Mm,
He yanked it off.
okay. There's almost no. There's almost
Hmm?
no. There's very little difference between the round down and the round.
Yes, yes. It's just use and how to use them. That is, it's the same syntax, same way. It's just Excel doing their normal thing, right?
Mm.
So
I didn't see any. I didn't see much of a difference between them.
There's really not much of a difference.
Like the first, I think that first one was round. That first, what was the one you did round two decimal? Yeah, I think that was round to two decimal places, right?
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't seem like it doesn't upgrade them. It just changes it to zero. It never upgrades.
Yes. Yes. But round we upgrade the value. We turn the values that are less than that are five and above to one and add it to the value before it.
And round up, right? Round up, even if the value is less. Like if you are, you know how round up to three decimal places, he gave us 568.
If we round up, let's look at this one now. If we round up this one, let me change this value to 234.
Uh-huh.
It equals to round up, right? Let's see two decimal places. See?
Hmm.
What we have is two, but you
In
rounded it up to
places,
300.
still, it still
Do you
brought the
understand?
yeah.
Now,
Okay,
round, if you do round for this now, if you do round for this,
it'll be the same. No,
it
no,
will
no, no.
not.
5-2. Sorry.
It will not be the same.
It'll be 5-2. 5-2-0-0.
I see. Uh-huh.
Mm.
So that's why round up. That's the difference between round up and round.
Okay.
Right. Do you understand it now?
Yes, very, very.
Awesome. I don't want us to do more than 1 hour. I'm tired already as it were.
Yeah, it's okay. I completely understand. No, it's fine. No, it's
So,
okay.
but let's just finish. So we've done this. We've done this. And working with text is the next thing we want to do. Working with text. Let me see if I can get some text data.
I think we're nearly done with Excel. I'm moving quickly with Excel.
What is it?
So I think we're moving quickly with Excel. We're nearly done with Excel.
Yes, we're almost done actually. Now, look at this data set, right? We want to work with text, right? So text in text text has several ways that they can appear. Your text can appear as uppercase, that is all your letters in upper cases, right? They can all also be in lower cases and they can be in proper case. And there's one more case that is called init cap. Init cap, that is you capitalize each word, but that is what they call proper case here, right? Excel calls it proper case. Other programming languages calls it init cap. That is the first word is capitalized, right? So how do we do this? Look at this data. We have Arasli. What is it? Arisli or Arisli.
Before you start,
Eh?
right?
Okay.
Before you start, I just want to know. Look at the upper, the lower, and the proper. It's written in both the. It's written in both C and D, E and F. How
Yes,
did
that
they?
is okay. Oh, I thought we've discussed that, right? So you can actually write a word. Let me say init cap, init cap, right? And you want it to be in J and K. So what you do is you select J and K, select the word and the next one, right? Then you come to merge and center.
Hmm, I
Can you see?
see. Yeah, but
So you use
technically it's still J1.
what
Technically,
is it?
but technically it's still they still interpret it as J1, right? I'm guessing.
Yes, it's J1, right? It's look at this. You can see that it is
J1.
J1,
Yeah,
right? But now it
right.
is yeah, it is combined. Do you understand? It is combined. So basically in that situation, K1 is sort of disappears. Do you understand? Look at it. I1, J1, L1. So K1 is gone, right? So because the value extends into K1. So we use merge and center to do that. Do you understand that now?
Yeah.
All right. So look at this letter now, right? This letter is, or this name is in capital letter. So we want to convert all these names. So first, if you look at it, this is a capital letter, this is small letter, this is a proper case, this is capital letter, this is capital letter, this is capital letter, and so on and so forth. But what we want to do is we want to put them in different forms, right? We want to put them in different forms, right? Uppercase, lowercase, and init cap, right? We want to put them in different forms so that we can see how to do that basically, right? So how do you convert these names to what's it called now? To uppercase, right? You say equals to upper, right? Equals to upper, right? You click on the text, right? Let me anchor it. Close the
And
bracket.
column.
What do you say?
No, I say you should only anchor you only anchor the column, right? Just the column.
Yes, yes. So if I convert it now, all other we double click it down.
Hmm.
I did not respond. So you see that all the names are in upper cases now.
Hmm. That's the upper function.
Yeah, that's the upper function. So we say uppercase this value, right? All in
Hmm.
upper cases now, right? That's upper. Then for lower, we have lower, right? We have lower. So the text, you see, lowercase. All in lowercase now. Are you following?
Yeah.
So all in lowercase. But this guy is in lowercase initially, so all in lowercase, right? And the last one will be proper case, right? So we say proper, we say proper. So we select this, right? So it capitalizes each word, all in proper cases,
Hmm.
right? Say equals to proper. Let's use this one, all in proper cases. So that is one of the ways to work with text. So we use the proper upper and lower functions to what to work with text in that way. Are you following me?
There's
Do you
something I want
understand
to
that?
ask.
Okay,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
I noticed how you put like I think you created that space, like you inserted this space.
These ones.
Like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How did you? I was just curious to know how you.
Basically, when you want to insert spaces, you just say I want to put a space in between this first name and last name. Okay, let me delete these spaces, right? You use these guys here, right? If I want to delete this space now, I can just say delete, it's gone, delete, and this is gone. So you can delete entire row, entire sheet, entire cell, right? So if I want to space them up now, there are two ways that I usually do them. Let me delete this guy as well. So delete as well, right? So if I want to put a space in between B and C, I will click on C, right? You can right click on it and go to insert, right? you select D, you right click on it and you go to insert, right? You can
Mm.
easily right click on it again and delete it. You can right click on it and delete it as well, right?
Like
Or you
to
come
delete it.
here, yes, or you come to insert. Can you see insert and says insert sheet column? Can you see? You come to insert here, sheet column. All right. You can
When
also
I see,
insert a row. Huh?
I saw
What
insert
is,
cell.
yes, you can hold on. You can insert a row as well. If I want to insert a row between 6 and 7, right, and I can click on insert. Can you see? So insert an entire row, right? Or you can come here and say insert sheet row, right? And you can insert a cell. If I want to insert a cell, I just say insert cell, right? So it's saying that what do you want to do? Do you want to shift the cell to the right? Do you want to shift the cell? That is the selected cell. Now, do you want to shift it to the right? Do you want to shift it downward? Do you want to insert an entire row or entire column, right? This one, I want to shift the harmony or the Ammon. I want to shift it to the right. So if I click on that, can you see Ammon shift to the right?
Mm.
Right. So what I just
Well,
inserted is a cell in
okay.
between Priscilla and Ammon.
If you bring harmony back, oh, you shifted that up.
Right.
You shifted that one up.
So
It's all right.
yes, if I delete it now, it will shift that one up. Right. So look at it. We have Priscilla, we have Ammon, right? So I'm clicking on Ammon now. I want to insert a cell, right? And I shift it to the right. Can you see it shifts it to the right?
Yeah.
Are you following? But if I now delete it like this, can you see it would bring it will delete, it will not return it back from the right to the left. It will only bring the one below upward, which is an error, right?
Mm.
So hence what you need to do is so when you want to delete, you delete and shift to the left, right? Do
Mm.
you understand? Yeah. So
Oh,
you can insert rows and columns. You can delete them as well, right? You can delete them as well.
okay.
Yeah. Right. You can, if you have situations where your cells are like this, they are shrink like this, you can select them and then come to format and you can auto fit your width and auto fit your row height and your column width, right? Can you see it will extend it by itself?
Mm.
To extend it by itself, you can do the same for this one. If I select these two, 6 and 7,
You move this up, right? You move this up, this one.
what is it?
You move the 6 and 7 up.
Yes, I just shrink them. All right, so you can auto fit them.
How did you shrink them? Let me just see how you shrink them. What did you do?
You
Did
can
you?
shrink when you put your cursor between the borders of a column or a row. If you put your
And it's
cursor
shrunk.
on that line, you see that your cursor will change to this line.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
you
and
can
it was
click
shrink.
and drag.
Oh, okay.
You can click and drag. So if I click on it now, so if I want to auto shift it, I can just put my cursor on it and double click on it. It will auto extend as
Okay.
well. That works as well.
Okay, that's fine. You get that.
Right. So so we've talked about proper case and lower cases, right? Talk about proper case, lower case, and upper cases, right? Let's talk about one more thing. In fact, Abi, should we talk about it today or we just let me see?
Was it the init cap we were talking about?
What is it?
Was it the init cap you were talking about? Oh,
No, init cap is not in Excel.
okay, okay.
Init cap is proper case in Excel. There's nothing like init cap, yeah. Right. So instead of init cap, it is proper.
Oh, okay.
That we use in Excel. Yes.
Hmm. No, yeah, I mean, we can talk about the other ones since you're tired. We can do them maybe next week or so.
Yes. What we actually want. So what we'll do is we'll start with left, right, mid, find. Uh, yes. left, right, mid, and find. We'll start with these guys next class. How to use them and how to combine them together to work with words or work with text. That's what we're going to do next class,
Okay.
right? Um, I'm already. I've not eaten today, and
Wow.
my energy level is depleted to the last.
No, no, no. No, you should not rest. Mm. Take a
What
break.
is it?
I said, no, you should rest. Probably, because tomorrow is Saturday, so.
Yeah. Funny enough, I still have to go to work tomorrow. Actually.
Wow. No, so sorry. You should go and take a break and just rest and everything.
Yeah, bro.
But that's not necessary, because you won't be able to function at all if you're tired.
Yeah. But hope you understood what we did today, right?
Yeah, very well. Very
All
well.
right.
I
So
think
what I would do is, eh?
I think we're almost done with Excel.
Yes, we're our classes might be well in the evening. I have an official assignment. Let me stop recording though. I have an official assignment at work next week. In fact,
Okay, I
it's
didn't
just
hear what you said.
very. Can